Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money with your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hey everybody, it's Tom here with episode 586 of Screw the Commute podcast. Today I'm going to tell you about an audio utility that you can get for free that you can do all kinds of cool marketing stuff with. So we'll get into that in a minute. Hope you didn't miss episode 585. That was a very, very cool nightclub trick I learned way back in the 80s. And I took the concept and showed you how you can use it in your marketing today. It's very, very interesting. And it's not a magic trick, all right? This is a technique to control perceptions of your products and services. All right, make sure you grab a copy of our automation ebook at screwthecommute.com/automate-free. You will thank me if you do it. And while you're at it, pick up a copy of our podcast app at screwthecommute.com/app. That's APP, where you can put us on your cell phone and tablet and take us with you on the road. All right, the utility I'm talking about is called SpeakPipe, SpeakPipe, SpeakPipe.com. And you can get a free version of this. What this is kind of a voicemail for your website. You can do other things with it too that I'll tell you about, but if you go to screwthecommute.com, you'll see a little blue sidebar widget. If you click on it, you can actually click again and talk into it, and it'll come to me as a voicemail either through email, or I'll get an email that says that I can go online and listen to it. Usually I just open it up in the email, and then I can hit reply and send you a voice message back, all through the internet and for free. All right, so no reason you shouldn't be using this on your website. It's a free widget. Now, they do have premium accounts where it gives you some more things that you can do with it, and it gives you longer messages and more storage capacity. But I think I'm still on the free version. I can't remember. The first paid version was like $12 a month or something. But wow, when you hear the things you can do with it, it's a pretty darn good deal. And again, start with the free version just to get it hooked up on your website, and you can start getting voicemails. Makes it really easy for people to interact with you, and they love that. I get great messages, and I respond very quickly without having to type anything, so it's very cool. SpeakPipe.com. All right, now another thing you can use it for is audio testimonials. And you can either have them on your website, or SpeakPipe will actually give you a page on their site, which I'll tell you what I feel about that. And I do want to tell you about the page that we have on their site, which is speakpipe.com/screwthecommute. Yeah. However, if you have a website, you probably want to drive people to your website to leave the voicemail. Now, when they go to speakpipe.com and then / and then you get to pick the name that you want, as long as somebody else doesn't have it. You know, the whole page is dedicated to your recording thing. Now, on my website, it's just on the sidebar. However, if you have it on your website, you can have a whole page on your website dedicated too, but the little blue thing shows up on every page. You get an extra website visit, and people are spending more time on your website, which is called time on site, which makes you look better to the search engines. But if you don't have any of that, too bad. Just go to SpeakPipe, get a free account, and have your own page. Even if you didn't have a website, you could put that in the signature file of your emails and send them to speakpipe.com / and then whatever your name is, or whatever you call your dedicated page, to get voice messages. So it's really great for that. So audio testimonials are very powerful. That's something else you can use. You can make it very easy for people to just go over and say something wonderful about you. You could, have it as an autoresponder, a link to it. When somebody purchases something, the thank you page could say, hey, as soon as you use this, and we really want your real thoughts about how it did, what the product did for you, whatever, then they just click the link and they can go and record something, and then you can use it on whatever. Make sure that that you mention that you're going to use it for promotional purposes so people, don't sue you. All right. So that's another thing, audio testimonials. Now, if you happen to have a podcast, here's another cool thing I do with it. Oops, I should have turned my cell phone off. If you heard that beep. So another cool thing you can do with it, if you have a podcast, is you can contact people in certain fields, and instead of doing a full interview with them, give them a chance to get some publicity on your podcast by recording a couple minute tips on their field, and they can put their contact information in it. So for instance, I did an insurance podcast. Well, I'm no expert on insurance. I mean, I've had my ups and downs with it over the years, the business insurance, but I'm certainly not an expert. I called, no, I didn't call. I went on Facebook and I found two groups, and I found an insurance sales group, and I interviewed, or no, I didn't interview. That's another technique, but I asked the admin to leave some tips on this SpeakPipe, and then I edited it into my podcast. So I didn't have to come up with all the information that I didn't even know. And that person got a little publicity, and guess where they put it? They put that episode in their group to put me in front of a lot of people that never heard of me. And then on that same episode, I found an association that had to do with insurance, and I interviewed one of their I keep saying interviewed. I mean, that's, like I said, that's another technique I teach for podcasting. But in that case, one of the executives left a SpeakPipe, an audio tips and something about insurance, and I edited that in. So I got all the material for that podcast other than my particular stories of my, ups and downs with insurance through SpeakPipe. So it's very, very good. Something that's, like I said, there's no excuse for not at least getting the free version and getting the page up on SpeakPipe's site so that you can put it in your signature file. If you take the next step, you just embed the widget that they give you in your website, and then it's, people can click on it and leave you a voicemail right through your website, all for free. All right, well, I know this is a short episode, but I want you to get over there and get SpeakPipe and check out my mentor program. If this is just one sliver of the thousands of things I teach my mentees how to do, and we're on this every day, day and night. So check it out at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com, greatinternetmarketingtraining.com. It's the longest running, most unique, most powerful mentor program ever in the internet and digital marketing field, and I triple dog dare anybody to put their program up against mine. You know what? They won't do it. They'll go crawl under a rock because mine makes them look really bad, all the stuff you get with me. All right, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. SpeakPipe.com.